Greetings, programs. It's been a while. It's been kind of a long while. I think the last time we live streamed was um, New Year's Eve into New Year's Day. So I'm trying to get back into the zone a bit. Today's game that I have a little bit of energy to live stream is called Dreamlight Valley. It is done by Disney and GameSoft. Um, It is a mining, a fishing, a farming, a gathering. Um, you have villagers. You build houses. You collect things. You get clothing. You can cook. There's all sorts of stuff Dreamlight Valley has that I personally find is very fantastic. And as you can see from what we're looking at right here, the characters are pretty immersive. It's a very 3D environment. Um, and to top that off, you can have a lot of different characters that you can interact with and play with, and you get tools that you get to upgrade. So your first tool is you can wave your hand, and it's not showing it. So if I click tab, that shows you what you can do. And there's a lot about this. There's so much backstory to this. Oh, that was an exciting noise. What? What was that noise? Yay! Taters has been gravied. Welcome, welcome, Mr. Guy MM. And welcome, welcome. It's always exciting to have you here. I did indeed have some taters, and that kind of helped motivate me. But yeah, this is Dreamlight Valley. I got it for Christmas, and because I don't feel good, it's been kind of something that's been a nice go-to, mainly because it's got really nice music, and it's very pretty to look at when you're lying in bed. You can't really look at much anything else. I like it a lot. It's also really nice because it caters to my mining, because they have a fantastic cavern that you can mine in. And they've got you can gather. There's fruit trees, and there's herbs and spices you can pick up on the ground. Um, there's flowers you can pick. There's uh, you get to clean up the place. You can clear out stone, and each area you unlock has its own series of quests inside. So it caters to the questing, it caters to the gathering, it caters to the mining, it caters to farming. You can farm because you need food, raw ingredients to cook, so it caters to your cooking. Um, you can unlock different characters. I have my little blue turtle. This is my celestial sea turtle, and um it is it makes me think of Leo. Yeah, it does. Um, but that's my little blue turtle. So I'll hang out with my blue turtle, and I'll turn around and I'll pet it. I got a quest in there. That's what these little stars on them, that shows you what your current quest is. And so I have to do something for Scar. He's on my current list of folks I'm doing stuff for. And there's my sea turtle. So I walk over to my sea turtle. Come back. And then if he'll stay put long enough, I'll just water my plants really quick, because he's not staying put long enough. See, another thing just popped up showing that, now I'm doing that accomplishment, because you get dailies as well in the game. And I petted little Leo, and he got excited and flipped, and now he's running away because he's been petted and he's done. Um, so this is some of my areas for my garden. Scrooge McDuck is great. He is Dreamlight Valley's, uh, basically he is Nook. He is Nook for Dreamlight Valley. He is very much the you gotta pay him to upgrade things. Um, Goofy has this thing where you go through the quest lines with Goofy, and you get your fishing rod. And there's fishing. Oh my goodness, the fishing in this game is fantastic. I love the fishing because you can use that in the cooking, but you also use it in quests, but use it to sell. You can make some seriously good money fishing, especially if you do ocean fishing. Um, so without giving away spoilers, um, you can build furniture. So these are all your different categories for that. And then these are all your different categories for landscaping. So when you're in this area, you can actually move things around. So this is an aerial view. Right over here is a different place. So this is one area. This is another area. This is the Sunlit Plateau. This is where you find Scar. This is the village, and Scrooge is there. When you get Remy, he lives there, and you get Chez Remy or Chez Remy. Forgive my French. I'm not my my not my half brother, so my French isn't as good as his. But you get to unlock each character. And so in the main town, you unlock Remy, you unlock Scrooge McDuck, you unlock Goofy and Minnie and Mickey and Donald. And Merlin is the first one you actually unlock. You actually need him to kind of get things going. And then up on the hill, though you can't see it, is actually Dreamlight Castle. And the only way you can get into this world is if you're dreaming, which is really cool. And then over here is the Forest of Valor, I think it is. And then up here is the snow area that I can't remember, but as you can see as we're going across it, my what I highlight, you can move around if you really want to. I don't want to right now, but and Anna and Kristoff live in that place. And then these wells here, they transport you, but you have to unlock them, and you have to pay Scrooge McDuck in order to repair and upgrade them. And then these little buildings right here are Goofy stalls. So every new area you unlock, Goofy, you have to upgrade. You can upgrade Goofy stalls 3 times, and he sells you different either plants or different, foraged foods you can find in the area. If you don't want to wait to find them. And then down here's the beach. And it's cool. There's a lot of neat stuff on the beach I haven't unlocked yet. I did manage to decorate that. This is all my decoration, and some over here I redecorated. And this area, one of the things I like about the beach, one of the quests you get, is you have to put a photo book down on your favorite place in Dreamlight Valley. Well, for me, it's the beach, but not because of the beach part of the beach, but because in this little area right here, there are caverns. And when you go inside the caverns, it's all Atlantis themed, but they call it Ancient Civilization. They don't call it Atlantis. And when I was building my character, I was building him based on my normal when my hair is a bit longer and I'm wearing my glasses. It's that sandy brown stuff. I was building him on how I normally look. And he looks, because of the length of his face, very much like Milo from Atlantis, or a cousin. So finding Atlantis themed things was so exciting. That's what made this area one of my favorites. Now, over here, there is a skull cave. I haven't been able to get into it yet. I'm hoping you can. There's a little dot right here. That's actually fishing. So when you're fishing, there are 3 different types of bubbles that show when you're fishing. The first bubble is the bubbles come up white in a circle, and those are common fish. The second ones come up blue, and those are a little harder to tell on the water, and they're uncommons. The hardest ones and the rarest ones are red, and they are a pain in the butt, but it's worth it. The type of fishing is a lot like Stardew Valley here, in that it really takes you really have to make sure you get it within that time. Keep it within the within the mouse clicky zone, or you totally lose it. But the good thing is, if you have a companion that because you can get, when you unlock characters, they come along with you. You can ask them to come join you, which also builds up their levels. They go up to level 10 currently, as far as I know, because this game is actually still in beta, believe it or not. Um, and so technically, if you look at a lot of my stuff, the gift I was given was a founder pack. And so the founder packs, you get certain things that people playing the game later on, who acquire the game later on, will not get. So again, this is still kind of working out the kinks. There's still a lot of glitching. There's a lot of things that go down. But overall, it's been nothing but a good aesthetic. The villains are as I would say, story worthy as your regular town folk. In fact, having the villains there adds a certain aesthetical richness that I feel like you wouldn't have without the villains there, because the villains have their own kind of interpersonal interactions of love-hate relationships, more so than the villagers and the villains with each other. Like Scrooge McDuck has a kind of love-hate relationship with Ursula, because they're both out for kind of like the best deal. Whereas that's a villager versus a villain. Whereas with, say, Scar and Mother Gothel, they have a very conflicting. They can't even talk to each other. Like, you have to be the middleman in order to get any questing done that either of them ask you to do. And another thing, there is a very deep, steep story. Your own personal story plays into how Dreamlight Valley plays out. You are very immersive on it being brought back into a healthy existence. And the reasons why are like, it's intense. It's an intense storyline, and I love it so much. I'm hoping people can actually hear me. I didn't think to ask if there was a sound check. You guys can hear me, right? I've kind of been rambling at this point. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey guys. Welcome. Great to see everybody. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, no, so, Pixel Paladin, so, Pixel Paladin, dropped in yesterday, and he brought some fantastic things that will help with my live streaming. We're just waiting for them to finish airing out before I can finish applying them or using them application wise to my electronics. Um, but yeah, so but I'm a huge Atlantis fan. Uh, and so being able to take my Lozach, which had not been intentional. Hey Samurai Hellcat, it's so good to see you, Lady Hellcat, and please tell Samurai that he needs to get as much rest as possible, but know he is very much missed and very much appreciated. But yeah, no, I'm glad to see everybody. It's been goodness, it's been I don't know, almost a month since I last live streamed pretty much. Mainly because I don't I'm not feeling healthy enough, and that's a big struggle. Um, yeah, poor Pixel. He was here for a bit, and all I could do was lay in bed. That's my norm. But so, but he also got to come in and see my setup, so he knows kind of the layout of how my gaming office is set up, so to speak. So I can lounge and still game, which is really nice. But it's really great to see everybody. Um, here I was doing my ramble. Go me, yeah. It does work really nicely for me, and it's one I'm grateful for. So it's a good thing. But yeah, no, I'm hoping to later get the chance. There's another. So when you there's there's that's the beach. The beach is called Dazzle Beach, and it's really nice too. And then there's so when you go to the map, I gotta get out of here. It's gonna escape. Yeah, thank you. And there's Scar being grumpy as always. So when you really you're gonna lay down in my you are so rude. Oh, but they're ready to harvest, so there's that. He's eating something. Let's see what if you're still. See, I love how grumpy he gets. Um, he's like descended from on high to mingle with the commoners. But you gotta understand, in Scar's mind, he's the king of the sunlit plateau, and he allows you to be the liaison between himself, the king of the sunlit plateau, and the rest of the valley. He's very, very, very benevolent and generous in his duties as king. But remember, you also you have to do the little things that he needs done, i.e., there are giant bones in the sunlit plateau that hinder the wildebeest from being there. So he hasn't had a decent meal in a while. So we had to drop by Sheikh Remy to get some sushi for Scar because, well, cats eat fish, right? At least that's that storyline. But yeah, so he was funny. I click on him really quick. I have to live. I live to please. I mean, seriously, Scar is so angsty. It's beautiful. But Scar has some neat things. So if we pop in here, this is your map. So the areas that have been unlocked are you start with this little area right here. So you get the Dreamlight Castle, but it is completely covered with these dream thorns. and you end up having to talk to Merlin and kind of trigger his memory in order to get the watering can to have a magic invocation to clear the first set of thorns just so you can get into the castle. Um, and then from there, you kind of start meeting the primary residents, i.e., Mickey and Scrooge, Goofy. Um, Minnie you have to rescue, Donald you have to rescue, and just about everybody else you have to rescue. And ironically, the villains are requiring to be rescued too. What? Why would the villains have to be rescued? Because, and I can say this without giving away spoilers, they were locked up. They were locked up by the prior king. And so you have to find out why. And you have to help set them free because they unlock things that you need for later. So it's really important to have a good repertoire with both the villagers and with with villains. And actually, in some ways, the villains are far more helpful than your villagers are, because your villagers have kind of this do 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 mindset, where your villains are just like, oh well, this is the reality of it. Um, Mother Gothel is probably the most beneficial villain thus far, and she is very much to the point. I love it when I get to go see her. I'll bring her presents because you get daily a chance to give them daily things. So this is your map. You start again with the plaza, and then one of the quests Scrooge McDuck gives you as you progress in his storyline is you have to clean up and make the plaza look good. You have to clean up and make the peace medal look good. And once you unlock those two, then you start, with the help of Merlin, beginning to unlock the Glade of Trust, which is where Mother Gothel lives. And the Dazzle Beach has a couple parts to it. And it has this area over here I haven't unlocked yet because I'm not sure what I'm going to find on that venture. I'm a little wary we might do that a bit. I'm excited though. The Forest of Valor is where you get introduced to Kristoff. That one gets unlocked. You get introduced to Kristoff. And through him, you end up rescuing Donald and rescuing, getting things set up so then you can rescue Minnie. That part's weird. And then Frosted Heights is the next one you unlock. Well, I probably didn't unlock them in order, mainly because I was wanting to just unlock the areas that looked the coolest. So to me, I was really trying to get into I was trying to get into certain places. And that goes for another thing. You have something called Dreamlight. Dreamlight is what's needed to unlock the thorns that are barriers in each area you go to. Um, and so like for example, we come over here. I can't walk straight right now. This is one of my current outfits. I really like it. So we're in the plateau. The current quest I'm trying to get through is the one that supposedly, if I do it right, I have to craft it. This is gonna unlock all these bones that are right in front of us, and then that unlocks the second area of the Sunlit Plateau. And once we have unlocked that, that will allow us entrance into the Forgotten Lands, except I don't know how much that's going to cost us. It's probably going to be really expensive. There's another entrance into the Forgotten Lands, and it's here, but again, I don't know how much it's going to cost us. So we run over to Scar's area, Mr. Grumpy himself. I actually like him. He's turned out to be a very, believe it or not, polite villain. And he lives, if not arrogant, he's terribly arrogant, but he's also polite. Um, that's cool. Oh yeah, and Pixel Paladin brought me some more gaming guides to help me through some of the stuff I'm doing, which I was totally grateful for. But yeah, so each villain has their own place. And one of the neat things I got to do was I got to build Ursula her own place. Oh, it is so cool. I'll take you guys down to Dazzle Beach and show you. But this is Scar's place. And it's cool because you get to go inside, and he was actually locked in here. All the villains are locked into their cave, their places, which doesn't seem right to me, but it was the old king's doing. So, again, I don't know the reasons for it. But apparently when the old king left, that's when Dreamlight Valley got, pretty much, attacked by something called the Forgotten. And you have to slowly help the villagers. Everybody, in fact, remember everything they've forgotten, because Forgotten attacks memories. So occasionally when you're digging or fishing or mining or anything, these little bubbles will pop up and you collect them. And when you do, you have something. Here's the collections. So this is the old ruler has a diary. And as you can see, I've gotten 28 out of the 38 possible that you can get for the diary. And the diary talks about what was going through the old ruler's head, and kind of, it's almost telling me what led up to the the pretty much the almost destruction of Dreamlight Valley. um and it's like, it's intense. And then, so these are different, like, these are the memories. So this is the memories of different places. Most of it, again, it's a progression game. As you can see, there's a lot. There's a lot. And there's different characters unlock different things. Like Remy from Ratatouille, he has 5 memories you can unlock. I've been slowly unlocking his. Um, Belle and Beauty and the Beast, I've already started to unlock that one. Wreck-It Ralph, I've been working on. Cinderella, The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, Frozen, Tangled. I'm excited about the Tangled one. Not gonna lie, I'm totally excited about that. Mother Mother Gothel has turned out to be, as I said before, a really helpful villain. It's hard to see her as a villain because even though she's very undercutting in her comments, she's still very helpful. She's a very powerful magician, and when she and Merlin have this really genuine magical love-hate relationship, because she calls him like the long-haired, pointy, not pointy-hatted freak, but something along those lines. But then Scar calls him the blue feathered long the blue feathered, he said that his white mane was like out of control. So each villain, when they describe Merlin, they describe him in a way that is their way of thinking. um Ursula just thinks he's annoying and not worth her time, which is, that's typical Ursula. um I Am Alive, it's actually pretty nice. Um, as you can see, there's some I've unlocked, there's some I haven't. I'm excited about the Sword and Stone ones, especially with Merlin and Mad Madam Mim. I love Mad Madam Mim. She's not a villain yet, but I don't know what they're still what GameSoft and Disney is planning for um as this game progresses, because it is still in beta. It's still it's still in its trying to get itself together stages. Um, it is great to see you, Azuki, both on the game and on the chat. Yeah, on the chat. Um, but currently they have 21 characters that are accessible to unlock. Um, and some of them you actually have to go inside Dreamlight Castle, and there are doors that are behind the Dream Thorns that you pay Dreamlight in order. You have to get Dreamlight. I'm at 6,000 because I'm trying to get up enough to unlock that corner area, because there are pumpkins over there, and I really want the pumpkins because they are my favorite. Any game I'm in, my goal is to always grow pumpkins. So yeah, and Merlin taught me a magical solution that instead of pumpkins taking 4 hours to grow, because they grow everything grows in real time. Um, so I have an insta grow potion, which means instead of 4 freaking hours, boop, I've got pumpkins altogether, and it's like good for 25. But as long as I have the ingredients. I love this because this is an alchemic game. You have to think about it. You have to plan what you need. You have to figure out what you're gathering for, because each area gives you something different. And a lot of your quests, the elements, the things you need for your quests are in those areas that you unlock or you're going to unlock, which is really nice. And the game doesn't point it out to you. But it's not truly difficult, and there are elements about it that it is such a puzzle game. Like the ancient civilization for Atlantis was all puzzle. Oh my goodness, but it was gorgeous puzzle. It was so cool. It was so cool. I love it. Like there are so many ways that they challenge your brain in this game while they're saying, "Oh, well obviously you like farming, or obviously you like fishing, or obviously you like mining." Well, okay, in order to do this quest you have to do these things. Hey, you just got a new character unlocked. What are these things that are available, so because you can when you go to unlock a new character, it gives you a choice here. They can be mining, they can give you boosts for mining, they can give you boosts for gathering, they can give you boosts for fishing, they can give you boosts for cooking. So you have like a list of 6 things that they can do for you, which is really cool. um so like here, foraging, gardening, fishing, cooking, um and mining. And as you do it, you are upping their friendship. And the higher level of their friendship, the more you unlock them, their storylines, which means the more quests you get for them, which means the more things you can unlock in their areas, um, which is really cool. But primarily, you need the Dreamlight in order to unlock the areas. And so, like, um, collection, you can see gain. So star coins. That's the money in this game. And then you have events. They just did the Christmas one, and I already took care of all that because I'm OCD. Um, but moonstones are another currency in the game, and occasionally you'll find chests. And when you pop open the chest, they will, but they're only if they're blue chests, because if they're any other color, they're going to be either what you're gathering or money, um, the star coins. But the moonstones unlock things like all this stuff in here. For this is the festive star path, so that was that. Um, as you can see, I'm sitting at 11,000 because I I can't help it. I'm just like, oh, today we're doing this. Cool. Um, So, and then, um, so you got the boxes was the currency that you use to unlock the rewards. So that's what I did. I got through stuff and I unlocked the rewards and I was able to do that. So it was nice. It was a good introduction to how the game's financial mechanics worked without it actually going into the in-game financial mechanics. Um, but yeah, so the collection you have characters. So currently, I've unlocked Merlin. He's level 10 because that's the highest you can get. For the characters currently, I don't know what they're going to do further into the game. As I said before, it's still in beta. Wally is great because I'm excited because I think he's going to have something to do with gardening, which is very exciting to me because I'm hoping that means it'll unlock stuff with the flowers because right now all they have available plant wise is um carrots and potatoes and pumpkins and stuff like that, which is great. I love it. But you can't plant flowers. You can find them in the wild, but you can't plant them. But you can make things with them. So there's that. You can unlock Stitch, which I think I'm in the process of doing because Donald keeps getting his socks stolen, except he doesn't wear socks, so it's a little weird. But Goofy just got his socks stolen, which means since there's only one sock that keeps showing up and is slimy, and then this last one that unlocked, it was a blue tuft of fur. I'm feeling like we're close to unlocking Stitch. Moana is here, and you'll get to unlock her and Maui. I've not yet. I don't even know anything that goes to that yet. But in my stuff for the holiday event, you're supposed to spend an hour with Moana. That's real time because again, the game actually does stuff in real time. Um, I already unlocked Remy. He's at 10. Scar is at 7. I'm so proud of Scar. As you can see at the bottom, Scar is the hanging out with him gives me a bonus for my harvesting. So when I gather wild crops and fruits, he gets 3 stars above his head, and that boosts up his levels, making it so every time he levels, I get something given to me from his collection of things. Um, so he's a level 7 at foraging. The next thing up will be this motif you get at like level 8. I don't know what it is, but it's interesting. And then you can give your your companions or the villagers or anybody in town their favorite things of the day. And that sometimes is actually a quest that's like a daily quest, and sometimes it's just because you can. And if they're below level 10, that actually boosts up their levels by like a lot. So I would say always give them the daily thing if you have it. And then I unlocked Ursula. She was my first villain I unlocked. It was totally cool. Like when we found her in the locked in her cave, she was like, "Oh, so you finally come to let me out?" I was like, "What?" Um, I didn't know I was expected. Um, so there's that, and then you get to unlock Ariel, even though I haven't figured out where that quest is yet. But I'm pretty sure it has to do with Dazzle Beach. And then I'm hoping it shows Eric here, but I'm feeling like it's going to be not easy to unlock him because some of the other characters are not easy to unlock. But I'm excited. So again, we're going to go explore a little bit today and maybe see what we find. So I'm going to take you guys on a little bit of a, a, a teaser here. And then I've got Elsa to level 10. I got Kristoff to level 10. But in order to save Anna and Elsa, Kristoff gave up his memories. So So now I'm trying to help Kristoff get his memories of his wife back. So that's been a very interesting kind of telling of a quest. Um, some of this is hard because, like, Anna's right there, but Kristoff doesn't remember her, so it's a little bit. It, for me, it's a personal connection on things, but it's still really good. I mean, the as I said, there's such a richness of storytelling just for the individual characters and how they interact with each other. Um, I got Gothel up to level 5. I know she's the secret to unlocking my giant mushrooms that are in the way on everything. Just got to get her a little higher up. But oh my goodness, she's constantly telling me that I look tired, and I know I look tired. I don't want to hear it. Um, but she's so funny. And she has fishing. Oh, she gives me the best fish when I'm fishing with her. She's like the best buddy to take along fishing. Goofy is also the best, also a great one to take along fishing because that's really his thing. That's how you get your first fishing rod. Um, but I feel like for me, Mother Gothel is the better one to take fishing because she can sit there making her little comments at me. It's like my brain goes, okay, well, I'm going to ignore your snotty comments. I'm going to get this really hard fish. And then I get the fish because, she was just being a butt and it helps. and then she gets the 3 stars and then she gets another level and it's very cool. Um, unlocked Donald. He was not an easy to unlock. Donald, oh my goodness. He has such a temper on him. He's got such a temper on him. I thought I had a temper. I thought Owl had a temper, but oh my goodness. He gets mad and you hear this like steam whistle go off as like he starts ranting and raving and stomping and he trips on something and he throws himself on the ground and he starts just wailing and I walk away. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Yeah, Donald is the king of the rage. He really, like his house, he's got a tugboat house and I actually helped rebuild that. So one of the things you have to do is you have to either repair or build new houses for the villagers. So I built a house for Remy. I built his cafe, and I built Minnie's house. I repaired Mickey's house. I built and repaired Donald's house. I repaired Goofy's house. Um, I'm in the process of finalizing the repairs on Scrooge McDuck's big grand emporium that looks like his bank, and I'm just like having such nostalgia feels because it's Scrooge McDuck. Um, and then my own house has various upgrades. Right now I've got 2 floors, and each floor has 3 rooms, and you have to pay money to upgrade because that's how Scrooge McDuck is. You pay money for upgrading houses, you pay money for repairing houses, you pay money for building houses, you pay money for building the wells, so you can do the magic traveling. You pay money to repair and then upgrade Goofy's stalls. So let me tell you guys, this is totally Scrooge McDuck is, I believe, who Tom Nook took in his heart to be his spirit animal. It's fantastic. I can't wait. That'll be great. I keep trying to get into his vault. I do. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, I cleaned up and redecorated Dazzle Beach, and one of the flavor text lines was, well, now you can swim in your vault and at the beach. And Scrooge was like, well, I like the beach, but I don't like it that much. It's like, oh, well, thanks. Scrooge McNuck. Yeah, definitely Scrooge McNuck. Um, so yeah, I upgraded. I got Donald up to 10, Goofy up to 10, Mickey up to 10, Minnie, after she got rescued, I got her up to 10, Scrooge up to 10. He was not easy to get to 10. Um, but some of the characters also have very special outfits. So Mickey's got a holiday outfit, which I'm having him run around in because I really like how it looks. And then he's got his regular black and red. Merlin has a very, very Father Christmas outfit, which I actually like a lot, but I can't get him to remain in that outfit. Like if I click on him, I like the festive Merlin better, but he keeps being put back in the blue, which frustrates me. Where was I? Oh yeah, back to there. So some of them actually have two. Like Ariel's gonna have two outfits. She's gonna have the outfit that she wears around town, and then she's of course gonna have her mermaid. So I'm excited. I really am excited on that. Oh, there's something being said, and I can't read. Who said? Eh. Yeah, I'm hoping. I really want Baloo. I really want Baloo. Just I don't and if they did it so he has two different outfits, do you know how cool that would be? That would be so cool. Be like, oh, today Baloo, we're gonna go tailspin, man. Oh, the duck. You're thinking launch pad, right? I'm confused now. Oh no, the yes, the ship. Oh my goodness, do you know how cool it would be to have that plane, that biplane on the beach? I would so decorate with that. That would be so cool. Um, so yeah, Ariel gets two outfits, Mickey gets two outfits, and as you can see right here, he's got the holiday one, which has already been selected, and then his mainstream one, but it looks like that got clicked on. Um, And then down at the bottom, we have Buzz and Woody. Now again, I haven't unlocked those yet, so I'm again hoping there'll be more. So crafting, as you can see, I can build a lot of things currently if I've got the stuff for it. Having the stuff for it is the hard part, because it takes a lot of resources, but it's worth it. I just built the Zen garden. I haven't decided where to put it. Let me tell you how long it takes to grind digging for sand on a beach. There are certain areas you can only get things like sand or clay or other stuff. So you actually have to go to those areas and you have to either dig it up or mine it up. Um, so your best bet is to get a gatherer or a forager because then they get their levels up as you're doing that and they give you extra, which is totally nice. Um, so crafting, that's that. I got critters. I found hummingbirds, and they actually like Bromida. They like the red ones best, and you can find them on the Sunlit Plateau. But I haven't been able to to get them highest level in their affection for me in order to have them. As you can see, I have unlocked the black squirrel, the classic squirrel, the gray squirrel, and the red squirrel because those are in the plaza area, and so they're easier to do to get to feed to get the hearts up for. Um, yeah, they have crocodiles. Those are in Gossel's area. Oh, they're so cute. I saw the white one earlier today. It's so adorable. And they have rabbits, and I adore the rabbits. I've only been able to unlock one. I can't wait to get the ravens. I haven't found where they're at yet, but yeah, I've almost got the entire squirrel collection. I've been working hard on that. The sea turtles are on the beach. They are still too shy, but I have interacted with them, as in walked up to them, but not interacted. Um, the foxes are over on the snow areas, and I have seen them, but not been able to interact with them. And the raccoons see me coming and they run in the opposite direction. And they're in the area that's Elsa, not Elsa, but Anna and Kristoff live in. So they're in the Forest of Valor. But yeah, no, there's the critters are so cool. And the fish, man. The fishing is so cool. Have I mentioned the fishing? Um, so there is apparently holiday fishing. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. It's called festival fishing. Um, right? Yeah, the foxes are in the frozen area. The frozen, I think they're either the frozen heights or the forbidden heights, and they're just beautiful. And then there's a cave that Elsa has that you get to walk in, and there's a statue of her and Anna. And then there's an area that you kind of walk around, and then there's um a magical setup that shows you the different types of elements that you use in the game: the foraging, the mining, the fishing, the cooking. And then there's the four-pointed star with all of the gem elements. And they do that. They use the gem elements in the Atlantean area as well. This is so cool. This is so cool. Again, with the puzzle, what you gotta have to do to figure out the puzzle stuff. I mean, when you're building each new alchemical component to upgrade your tools or to make a meal or something like that, there's problem solving and there's a lot of puzzle work, and it's you got to think about it. The words are there, but you got to think about it. It's so cool. Yeah, I know. I want to get that squid. Yeah, that's why my yeah, because squid. I haven't figured out how to get them yet because I really want them because that would be in my personal collection. I'd be like, this is my squid. Um, I actually can't bring myself to cook with the squids because they're my babies. Um, I really wanna. I really wish we could have like an aquarium for the squid. Um, but yeah, this is a fish. I haven't got the sail yet. I'm excited about that one, and I haven't gotten the lance fish because those are getting the forgotten lands. But I will be unlocking that. That's a goal. Um, oh, well, these are in the Sunlit Plateau, so I don't understand. I'll figure that out later. So foraging, as you can see, there's a lot of different things to forage. The flowers are nice to be able to forage. Um, and then ingredients for cooking, I've unlocked 41 out of 47. For foraging, I've unlocked 52 out of 59. For fish, I've unlocked 22 out of 30. So as you can see, there's a lot, but I've unlocked a lot of it because I'm really serious about what I do. Um, there's just a lot of neat things in this game. And then cooking. Cooking is an element all its own. Yeah, Remy kind of introduces you to it, but like it's already there and like the mechanics before you get to Remy. So Remy kind of finesses it for you while it's already been prepped for certain things because when you have your house, you have a cook stove in there and you have a workbench in there. Again, feels a little bit like Animal Crossing in that sense. But it's really nice because the workbench allows you to make a whole bunch of stuff and the cook stove allows you to make a whole bunch of stuff. So, yes, exactly. You already know how to cook, but it's Remy who shows you the art son of being a chef. Yeah, and he does it well. And then gems. Oh my goodness, I love gems. I love mining in this game. Two favorite things in this game are mining and fishing because, oh, it's so cool. It's so cool to mine them up, and then like as you're as you're mining and you're nothing breaks. Like your pickaxes don't break, your shovels don't break, and you upgrade them so they can do things they couldn't do prior. And that kind of is a nice feel too because I'm so used to my equipment breaking. Ah. And then clothing. Oh my goodness, clothing, 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 clothing. I am not really a big clothing person in my game. I'm like, if I have an outfit, that's what I wear. Maybe I'll have an outfit for town, and maybe I'll have an outfit to like battle in or something like that. But this game is all about clothing and really a new look and selfies. Oh my goodness, pictures. Pictures are a big deal in this game. So it's kind of a very chic in that way. Um, and then the furniture sets are totally cool. Some of them you can make, some of them you can't. In my house, I had the oven and hood because I really like the look of it. And there's a lot of different things in the game. I also have a grandfather clock because in my games, I like the sound the grandfather clock makes. And in this game, it makes the sound, and then I was able to make a grandfather clock to go outside. It was like an old town village, an old village clock. So I made it and I put it right across from Sheikh Remy, and like I'll stand there right as it's about to get to the top of the hour just to hear the London chimes go off, and I'm like, yay! I'm so weird like that. Yeah, it is a little bend, but it is totally cool. Um, and then as you can see, there's a lot of stuff in here, and a lot of things you can unlock. So the non Disney related versus say Snow White, Sleeping Beauty. They even got up in here. They've got Cars. There's Coco. There's Lightyear from the new movie. There's Hercules, The Incredibles. The Ancient Civilization, guys, I'm so not kidding. That is very much Atlantis. I know they're not calling it that, but it's Atlantis. I know Atlantis when I see it. They got Lilo and Stitch. They got Toy Story, Monsters Incorporated. They got Tangled, Frozen. I have several pieces from Frozen. Little Mermaid, Lion King, um, Cinderella's. Cinderella's got really nice stuff. Wreck It Ralph, Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping Beauty, Ratatouille, Moana, and the Dreamlight Valley itself has stuff as well. I haven't unlocked yet. WALL-E, Sword in the Stone. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love Merlin's Bag of Tricks, and I just it's too cool. I would be cool to have that here too. And then making friends. You kind of start out with making friends stuff, but you don't get a lot of it. You get just enough to kind of make your house look like it's not beat up. Yeah, Sword in the Stone. Oh, I gotta tell you, Merlin makes my day. He is both, eh, kind of he's eclectic and yet really learned. But you're just like I walked up to him the other day and I was like, "So, did you hate the Middle Ages?" Like that was the actual question, and he goes, "No, I just like modern plumbing." And then he's like, "Well, what do you like?" And he gave you a list of three things. It was like, I like to be able to I like to drive in cars. I like indoor plumbing, or I like cell phones. And I picked I like indoor plumbing because frankly, it's a marvel. So for me, indoor plumbing. Right? Exactly. Totally want to go to Bermuda with Merlin. I would happily go to Bermuda with Merlin. As much as I want to go places with Genie, I would go to Bermuda with Merlin first. So there's that. Um, so that's the different things you can unlock here. And then here is these are different quests that give you more Dreamlight that you will unlock in each category. So mining has one series of quests. The village, so as you can see, repair stalls. That's in reference to Goofy stalls. And then remove giant night thorns from the biomes. I'll show you those giant night thorns in a minute. Is there different things you can do? As you see, as I scroll up, there's a lot. So, it's just they have a lot of ways that you can collect the Dreamlight in order to unlock more stuff, which is really nice because if you just got in here and you weren't able to do that, then that would suck. And then quests. So as you can see, there's a lot of villagers that I have available currently. However, they're not unlocked because I have to get, say, like, for Anna, I have to get her up to level 7. She's only at level 4. I have to unlock further progress with Kristoff. Well, he's at level 10, so I can't unlock him any further. Donald is, I have to unlock the Forgotten Lands. That's another biome. I have to, in order to get further with Kristoff, I have to unlock Mai, but I don't know how to get to him yet, so there's that. Merlin, I have to unlock Wally. Minnie, I have to unlock Woody, but I've got all the other stuff taken care of. Gothel, I have to unlock Wally as well. So some of them tie into each other. So, like, I can't unlock the rest of them till I get to a certain one. So for me, primarily, it's the, I have to get Ursula higher in the levels, I have to get Anna higher in the levels, and I have to unlock the Forbidden Lands, which is that last area on the map. And then for Scrooge, I have to rebuild parts of the valley, but I'll get to it when I get to it. It's another thing, because it's in real time, there's not the, like, stress to have to, like, I don't have to worry that I'm going to ruin a quest because I go to do something else for 4 hours. Like, say if I'm growing pumpkins, I plant the pumpkins, I come back 2 hours later to water them a second time because you have to water them twice. It is a progression tree, but it's not one that's tedious. There's nothing tedious about it. It's nice that it's kind of comfortable. Aesthetically, it's comfortable to look at. It's smooth on my body because the only effort I'm putting into is, like, you know, traveling with the arrow keys with my hand on the keyboard, and then occasionally, if I'm mining, left-handed clicking with my mouse. And that's not a lot of stress on the body, especially if I have to lay down. So there's that kind of perk. So we're gonna go make the shovel, and then after that, when Mr. Guy gets back, we are gonna go see if maybe we find we have a new area we get to unlock. So there's that exciting thing. But yeah. Oh yeah, they do have a set order, and you can't really, like, for example, with Merlin, I couldn't unlock clearing the smaller mushrooms, which I'll show you guys, until I'd unlocked Mother Gothel, because she knew the magics and the alchemy I'd need to tell Merlin what I needed, so then he could give me the other alchemical components or tell me where to find them in order to combine everything. So it really was a progression tree with the bones in order to clear the smaller bones in the Sunlit Plateau for Scar's area. I had to talk to Scar and then get him leveled higher to unlock that next part of the quest. To then go and talk to Mother Gothel and then level her higher to unlock the quest that would get me the alchemical components, or at least the puzzle to explain to me the alchemical components, because it couldn't have been unlocked prior. And then I had to walk through her storyline with him on that little sequence in order to figure out where I was even supposed to go just to properly plant what I had to build. And then I had to sit there and water it until it grew. Um, and let me tell you, there's nothing like sitting and waiting for a bone flower to grow. It's its own glorious moments. Um, but for the Sunlit Plateau, I had to plant several things in order to bring life back to that part of the valley. Because the dream orbs that are used to protect the valley from the forgetting and the dream thorns actually absorb life from the valley. So it's kind of one of those really delicate balances that if I don't do certain things, then the dream thorns come back in like mass, and then I end up having to clean it all back up again. So there's this thing called respawning, and it does do that. Um, but the biomes that have already been opened do not get closed over with the giant dream thorns again. They only get, flooded with the smaller dream thorns. So there's that. But the upside is when they do flood the area with a bunch of dream thorns, and I go through and I clean them up, and then they give me either a dark shard or a dreamlight shard, and those are used to make other things in, bettering my tools or in cooking or in opening other stuff. So there's a good balance to that too. Um, Let me find out where I'm at currently. I have two things here, so we're going to head back to my house really quick. This is Scar's cave. He's kind of grumpy I'm in here, so we're going to politely leave and give him his space. But he's following me, so he's kind of stuck with me anyways. I am curious to find out what more they'll tell us about the old ruler, because there seems to be a lot. Yep, we got Scar. Come on, buddy. So Scar's one of my gatherers. So when I harvest, if you watch his head, I got 3 of the pink stars that came up above it. So that levels him up a little bit because, well, it's something he's got gathering. So when I go to collect, say, like plants, he gets that as well, because you get either, fruit or plants, as in crops, which is really nice, because that's also another good way to level your gatherers versus your fishers versus your miners. It's actually nice to have the little bit of extra. Thank you. There we go. I can gather more, but when I do it that way, then sometimes it gives me extra, and then I don't get to click on it in time, so there's that. It's frustrating. So this is my house. As you can see, if I talk to the plaque here and say upgrade, Scrooge McDuck shows up, and he says to me, Now's the opportune time to improve your house. More rooms, more floors. Aye, it'll be a right impressive sight indeed. And then he says to me, basically gives me the option to improve my house. 75,000 star coins. We don't have that, so that's not happening. So I say to him, perhaps some other time, which of course he gets a little grumpy and he says, well, this is a sound investment. Come back here when you've come to your senses. Ugh. It's so funny. But as you can see, looking at my house, it's already tall. It didn't start tall. The entire area was actually pretty trashed. I had to end up cleaning it up. So this is my house. Sorry, I need to scoot over just a little bit, buddy. Come into the house. Thank you, big old cat. So if I get here, expand house. This is my first floor. No, thank you. I need you to go here. Expand house. Click there. So as you can see, I've already got 3 floors here that are open. And my storeroom, which I haven't used yet because thankfully I haven't needed to. But I got my galley, that's my kitchen. I got my workshop, that's where I build things. And then I got my lounge. Floor 1 lounge, mind you. And then if we go to second floor, I got my sleep room because I wanted to call it something other than a bedroom. My office library that hasn't quite been set up yet. I'm going to be making an indoor garden, which means I'm going to make it all greenery and it's going to be so pretty, but I've got to get enough things for it. But the Zen garden's going to go in the middle, so I'm really excited about that. And then I'm going to have my den. So this is how it looks. And then the attic floor, I have to upgrade again. So I believe you can upgrade your house 3 times. But I adore, so this is my quote living room. That room is empty. I don't think I did anything with it, so I can show you guys what a room looks like. So this is what a room looks like when it's completely empty. Blank, nothing, no decoration, nothing. And then you go into your inventory, you go into furniture, and you have your choice these floors. You have your choice for windows, wallpaper. I like to go to all because it shows me what is currently available in my inventory. As you can see, I've got some nice stuff. Oh, my sun guard is there. I just got this from Scar. It's a lion wall sculpture. He looks a little scary. That's my new fireplace. So there's a lot of stuff currently I could do things with. These things are all outdoor only, so I don't get to play with those inside the house. But this is it's a great room to show you guys what an empty room looks like. But this will be my storage room, so it'll get a lot of chests in there. When you upgrade, your chests are supposed to get bigger. Mine have not. They still have only two levels you are able to unlock. This is my kitchen. It's simple, but it's a great kitchen. Scar, buddy, I need you to move. This is one of my storage chests. So I've got to put stuff away, but I'm not doing it right now. Oh, I should put that away though, because it's got food. Nope, that's not what I need either. Not the right one. Yep. There we go. Gotta put some food away because that's how we roll. You go over there. You go right here. Yay! Getting there. And you go just past the soya. See if I can move Scar. Come on, buddy. Come on. Move. Wow. You are just not cooperating. sometimes that happens. Sometimes, again, that's one of the things that it glitches. So you can't when you have somebody with you, they get they get stuck, and you can't get past them to go around the room. So you either have to talk to them to get them to move, or see, now that I've talked to him, well, now he still won't move. So I'm gonna leave and hope that helps. Um, so gonna take you guys up to the second floor really quick. This is the lounge on the second floor. Dang it, Scar, get out of my way. Gonna have to release you just to be able to show people around. Move! Move, you big cat. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those days. So you can see where sometimes there are glitches. Him not moving, that's a glitch. So I have to go to the first floor just to get out of this, and then hope he moves. And if he doesn't move, then I have to talk to him, and I guess I have to ask him to go away in order to. Yeah, tell me about it. It's grown tiresome, so I need you to go. Out. He is. I can't get in or out the door because he won't move his big old kitty butt. So, but I'll grab him again for later. See, he's still in my house, so I can talk to him. And yeah, I'm bothering you so we can hang out and I can finish up leveling you. Nice try, buddy. So over here is my workstation. I get in here and then I can do things like, so these are the different things I can make that allow you. Oh, he really did, yeah. At least he thinks so. The chests are great. As you can see, my house is literally littered with chests. And then this is my new thing I have to make. And as you can see, his head is above it because these are quests that are specifically, these are things that are specifically needed for him. So since I've got all the pieces for it, I needed 15 of the shards, and I needed the flower bones. As you can see, that was all made. So now it's done. And then you can see this is stuff that allows you to make little extra stuff. So that allows me to be able to do a little more when I need to. I don't ever use them, but and this is things that I can make. Oh, the stone well. Can I actually make that well? Yes. I'm gonna make that stone well. It's gonna be a thing. I haven't decided. I'm gonna put that in the Forest of Valor. It's gonna be totally cool. Um, but there's a lot of neat stuff. I also am hoping to be able to make the holiday cheer tree because I like Christmas trees. But I've always liked Christmas trees, so there's that. Um, and then one of the neat things, guys, yellow brick road. It is though, isn't it? It's got softwood, drywood, hardwood. Um, and the order in which you can get them is you get softwood, hardwood, and then drywood. Um, sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between the softwood and the hardwood, color wise. But they've got the golden brick road, which means that I can have the yellow brick road. So I'm excited about that. That was really cool too. I got excited about that as well. They also have a gold and opal road, And then they have a um gem and opal road. I found tourmaline and I've got aquamarine, but the alexandrite I think is going to be up in the Forbidden Lands where the pumpkins are. So I'm waiting on that. But I'm excited about the Golden Brick Road, and I also am excited about the Sinister Brick Road too. So that made my day. Um, but yeah, there's there's a lot of neat things about this game that I really do like. So that's that room with the crafting. We've made our crafting. So we go into our inventory once we've done this, and we go whoop, and then that upgrades our shovel yet again, which honestly is very nice. The Scar's over there, which means he's not underfoot. Thank you, Scar, for being respectful of my space. Very much appreciated that now. Um, and gold nuggets. I like Scar's villain song too. I like the fact he basically chews out the hyenas. Um, it kind of makes my day up by a lot. Um, I feel like his was kind of like a little bit of a callback to Rasputin's song in Anastasia, of the kind of big, campy, yet a little bit edgy, definitely dark, but not truly brooding, but fun. You know, that was kind of like the way that all played out to me for his songs. Hercules got a song. Yeah, he was Jeremy Irons was fantastic in that. He had such fun playing Scar. He would totally go back and play Scar again. He liked playing Scar. Um, I'm confused. Hercules got his revenge. Um, I don't know if that's in reference to Rissa. By the way, good to see you. Let's see if I can actually get upstairs now. Okay, let's try this again. This time with feeling. Actually, we're gonna go over to the kitchen so I can show you guys the neat. Um. So this is how you actually cook, and I've got a bunch of recipes I've already unlocked because I like doing that. But Remy is funny because when you're cooking with him, he actually sits and he sits on this little pedestal and he does this with his hands to his nose, and like all of these neat little scent clouds come around him and stuff. It's really cool. Oh, that's right, he was. Yes. Oh, Herc did get revenge. Poor Scar. I thought that the lines that he tastefully used when dealing with his hyenas was very, very well done. Do I have any milk? I don't know if I have any milk. I think I'm out of milk. But things like they do things from a lot of the different games or a lot of the different areas, which again is nice. Um, I currently don't have any recipes I need to make. Um, but this is the different things. Oh, I do have one milk. Oh, I can make hot chocolate. So if you've already made it, it goes into your recipes, which is really nice. And then you can come back to it for later. I haven't found a hot cocoa one yet, or not a hot cocoa mashed potatoes one yet, but I love the fact there's a hot cocoa one. So when you go in here, things are divided up into what they are, which is really nice. So you need sugar cane, and you need milk, which is in with the milk and eggs, ironically. And then you need cocoa beans, which is in with the, I want to say the spices. Nope, that's not the right one. It's this one. I don't really know what that is, but that's where they put it. And then you cook. And it makes things, and then you can get, sometimes it says, oh, well, you've made, 3-star meal this many times today, and then you get extra Dreamlight for that. So I think it's fantastic. And then you got to go back to Rummy to buy more food, like the milk or the cheese or stuff like that. And since I'm in the kitchen, I can go overhead, and I have this spot right here. This chest came with the house. And because it came with the house, that means it gets upgraded with the house, which is really nice. Yep, I used the cacao bean, and then I can come over here and remember which side the cacao beans are on. They're over. No, they're here, I think. Nope, that's the wrong one. And here. As you can see, I got some cacao beans. Well, what do you expect? I mean, Scar's a lion. He expects the other animals in the animal kingdom in the circle of life that follow him to die for him. He is their king. They have to serve him. That's how his brain works. Oh, you're not gonna lock me in again. Scar, dang it. Hate it when you do that. Come on. Ugh, the glitchy thing again. Not a fan. Ugh, okay. Come on. I'm gonna water you. Water Scar. Come on. We like chocolate. Oh, I can't get out. He's got me locked in. Oh, that's frustrating. Come on. So yeah, you can see that there's still some glitches in the game. Hey, Mother Gothel's back in the Glade of Truth. She looks like a tasty meal. Do you know? Okay, so one of the sub story plots is the reason Scar and Gothel are on the outs with each other is because he saw her as a tasty meal. And she wasn't having none of that. So they actually got into a big to-do over it. So she wouldn't even talk to him, and he was like, oh, I apologize. And she was like, I don't believe you. It's like, okay, well, there you go. Oh. Yep, I'm having glitchy problems. This is good times. Come on, technical difficulties. You can do this. See, this is what you get when you have the, quote, king of the sunlit plateau on your team. He blocks you with his butt. He was definitely butt blocking. And he made it crash. I don't want that. That's what you get when you hang out with Scar. He makes things crash. Let's see if we can try this again. Thank you, Scar. You are fantastic. So one of the things about this game that they do give you a warning in advance is they do have flashing lights in some of the games, which has been very nice for them to give the heads up on, because if they didn't, and folks like me who are affected like that and have epilepsy, we needed the heads up. Yeah, but he does that well. He really does that well. Um, he's my favorite villain. I like to double check my sound, and then I always make sure that it's on the streamer mode, which replaces the copyrighted music from the game, so then I don't get in trouble for streaming. This is the character that was originally they do in all their videos. Their original advertisements had this character as the person who runs through town, and you get to watch do the playthrough. So when you get into the character building, to me, I thought that was totally cool. All right, let's see what. Okay, so I'm at that point. Do I have Scar with me? Probably not. Let's check. Oh, those look ready to go. Oh, there's Scar. Yeah, you chill out right there, buddy. I'll collect you in a moment. I want to show them my house before I go and crap you again. It is, right? It's really nice. So let's try going to the second floor, Sans Scar. So, as you can see, I've got some stuff here in the lounge, in the second lounge. But this is one of my favorite areas because I got to create a nice little sleep room. This bed is so pretty, and the themes with the sun, the moons, and the stars, the celestial themes makes my day. Like with my wings have that theme of the sun, moon, stars. Um, the crown I have on my head actually has stars and moons on it, and so there's a lot of elements like that in the game that they hint at, but they don't out and out like point it out to you. But I think that also ties um, in with the my brain just left. It ties in with it being Dreamlight Valley. So there's that. Please rest well. And it was good to see you. Lots of love. So there's a lot of neat stuff about it. I like it. I love the game a lot because of that sun, moon, stars element. And then them having, Christmas stuff. I like Christmas stuff, so I'm a little weird like that. I don't think I've done anything in the other room. Oh, well, that's not gonna work for me. I'm gonna have to fix that later. Overlap. Yeesh. I know where that couch is going. So there's that. Now let's go hunt down Scar so I can finish up with him. I'm gonna need him. So we gotta look at the map and see where our big old cat has wandered off to. Okay, Your Majesty, we're not done yet. I need to. Oh, there you are. Yes. Well, that's because that's how you feel. I want to hang out. You live to please. Good. Alright. So we get to remove some bones, guys. I got Scar with me? Good. A little test for this. We're gonna look at him. Click E. There it is. Harvest. Cocoa beans. So we just did another daily. So we go into escape. We go to Dreamlight. Oh, it's not showing up because it hasn't fully done it yet, but that would be under foraging. Harvest cocoa. So that's what that one is. So there's stuff here again that allows you to do that. I personally have always thought, look, Merlin's in his Father Christmas gear and he's running away. It makes my day. So we put it on a shovel. So we get our shovel out. We're going to test run it on one of these big old bones. Right here. That's how you can tell it works. And then we see what they give us. They give us clay. Oh, we need clay for stuff. This will be great. Yes. Oh my goodness, guys. We did it. We did it. We're going to come over here. Ow. And we have a chest too. So we're going to harvest this really quick. Which makes Scar walk up to us and then give us something. You going to tap with your paw? Good man. And he gave us vanilla. We're going to open the chest. The chest gives us a star coin of 163. And while we're at it, we can pop up here really quick. As you can see, it's going to take 15,000 Dreamlight to clear away these dream thorns. And right now we're sitting at, I want to say 6,000, almost 7,000. So we're a little less than halfway towards our goal of unlocking that area. That's okay. We're going to come over here. We're going to get some more of those ginormous bones. Oh, but first, so you can see over here, guys, this is blue one. This is uncommon for the fish. I got my fishing rod. I'm going to line it up. Nope, that's not my right angle right there. There we go. That's close enough. Gotta get it centered. This is the fun part. So we gotta make sure we actually get it. There, we got it. Is that tilapia? Yes, we got a tilapia. It's a 3.5 pound tilapia. So go to our inventory. Look, there's our tilapia. Scar is not amused. Yeah. So yes, there was a thing with fishing and stuff. Yeah. So I see, and over here he does want that fish, I'm sure. No, he's never happy. So for here, I come over here, and if I was gonna upgrade with this one, again, so for Goofy stall, in each biome you get a stall for Goofy that you have to repair and then upgrade. So improving this stall would allow me to get more products. However, it's going to cost 7,500. And we don't have that yet. And I have other stuff I want to do first. So collapse another time, and then Scrooge gets upset, and he's like, "This is sound investment. You should come back when you come back to your senses." And it's like, yeah, I'm not made of money. And then over here, this is the red one. The red ones are great. They are rare. Nope, that was too far. Too short. That'll do. 1, 2, 3. Get it. Ooh, I got a bath. Nothing but the bath. Oh my goodness. I would love Magica in here. Not even gonna lie. She was one of my favorite villains. Come on. I just need... Come on, come on. Ooh, a walleye. Not... That's a really hard one to get. It's a walleye. And then in here, this is the mine I was talking to you about, guys, about. Isn't it pretty? This is the mine. It is one of my favorite places. It's my second favorite place. And if you peek down here, it's a little bit of an Atlantean theme down here. It's so pretty. And then to mine, which I think is absolutely the coolest ever, of course, is mining with a pickaxe and And I had to clear out the water because it was just horrible. So that was another quest that I actually got once I unlocked Scar. I feel like it is mine. And Scar was cranky about that. But in order to unlock this mine, I had to defeat the night thorns, the dream thorns that grew here. Gotta get up here with fizzing root beer. So you actually get a list of things you're supposed to do if the water is blocked. And if you use the root beer on it, it took care of it. And that was really cool because then it cleared the area out, at least inside the mine. But I think this is probably one of the neatest little areas. So we can sneak out of here so we can get to the other side so I can show you guys that. But this mine is huge. There is so much in here. See if I can find an area. Scar gets lost in here. I want to find this. See the face? See that face? That is an Atlantean monument. That is totally the part of the Atlantean theme. And this is just one of the places that show it off. I love this so much. I'll take you guys into the other place when we go down to the beach. Grab that really quick while I'm here. Yay! Got me some more. This is a great place for gemstones and for the Vitalis crystals that you can use to upgrade your tools. This is also really nice. And this is the only place you can get the Vitalis crystals. So you can get all the other stuff elsewhere, but not the Vitalis crystals. Alright, now we get to try out this bone stuff. Let's get our shovels ready. Here we go. Oh, there's one. A little clay. Gathering a little harvest. Watch Scar get a little grumpy at us. There's two. I need that. Thank you. And you got it? Here's three. And Scar is mostly not upset with us now. Let's see what Mr. Scar has to say. Finally, the Sunlit Plateau is whole again. I suppose I should thank you, Loslink. You were helpful, after all. Now, there's one last thing I need to make my kingdom whole again. So you get choices. You get choices. You can either be neutral, you could be neutral bad, or you can be all about being as good as possible. I like to just kind of be in the either, like with the villains, occasionally I'll be like, well, you could use this to manipulate so and so, and then they're like, oh my goodness, it's a great idea. And then other times I'm like, I'm just doing this to help. So there's a way to say it. I'll let you know when I'm in need of your aid again. Well, the circle of life is complete. Pom pom! Oh my goodness, Scar. You were awesome. Thank you. So now we've successfully opened the rest of the Sunlit Plateau. I'm excited about that. That to me was a big deal. So now that we've opened the rest of the Sunlit Plateau, I want to grab this rare fish really quick because it's right here, and then I want to go over to a certain place. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Right now, thank you. Should be in the middle. See what I get. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Gotta get it directly in the middle. And you only get 4 tries. Walleye. Oh, there's Merlin looking good in his Father Christmas best. Check him out, guys. Check him out. That is my favorite of his outfits. I love the fact that they sparkle. He's just so cool. With his little candy cane wand. Yes. Alright. Roll call check for everybody who's there. Are you ready to go to Dazzle Beach so I can show you something else really quick? Also, I want to show you Ursula's house because I'm really proud of that. And that's Scrooge McDuck's place. Okay, so over here is Dazzle Beach. Now understand, Ursula started out as in a cave this way. And she hated it. So she asked me to make her a home. So I did. It had to be just the right amount of horrible while charming. As you can see, this is her home. It's horrible but charming. I love it. I got to make that. Look, another little red thing. Let's see what it gives us. 3, 2, 1. Nope, all the way in. Yeah. Come on. Yay! Oh, we got a swordfish. Fantastic. Over here is Who's voiced by David Tennant? I'm excited, but I don't know what we're talking about now. Okay, so here. Okay, guys, I've not been on this one. Scrooge McDuck. Oh my goodness, yes, he's an amazing voice actor. And getting to hear him as Scrooge McDuck was totally cool. Yeah, he's a fantastic Scrooge McDuck. Okay, we're gonna embark. You guys ready for this? I have not been to this area. I'm a little excited and I'm really nervous. The Lonely Island. Oh, we found a new area. Is it on the map? No, it is not on the map. Oh, Pixel Paladin's gonna be so sad if he's not here. 'Cause there's a little mermaid in the water. Oh, hey, there's some shells too. Don't mind if I do. It's a little mermaid. And I'm gonna get me a chest while I'm here. Is it something good? Is that a pouch? Yes, we get a pouch. So pouches also give us stuff too, which is really nice. Scar's with me, and he looks as happy as ever to be here. I wonder what type of kelp this is. Can I pick up that? No, I can't. That's okay. This is a pretty little island. Oh man, I bet they're new shells too. If you like collecting, this really is a good game for you. Alright, let's go talk to this little mermaid. Ooh, I'm excited! She's been trapped here too! Oh, poor Ariel! Someone's here! I've been stuck alone for so long. I thought I'd never see anyone again. Can you help me, please? Of course I'll help you! What happened? I was living in a beautiful valley, and it was the most wonderful place until something called the forgetting happened. Night thorns started growing in the village, and lots of people lost their memories. It was awful. But then, all of a sudden, I was here, as if by magic. I haven't seen anyone in such a long time. I tried to get back to the valley, but I couldn't find my way home. You see the comments made? You have your choice of the two responses. I came from the valley, I'll help you, or a mermaid that can't navigate? Weird. I'm gonna go with the first one because that's how I am. Oh, thank you. I've been trying to get home. But no matter which way I swim, I just end up right back on this island. That's awesome. It must be some kind of magic. That sounds so frustrating. Hop on my raft instead. I'm gonna go with it. Must be some kind of magic. I think it's an enchantment. If I could just sense the valley, then I'd know which way to swim. Mer people can always find their way home, but it doesn't feel like the valley is my home anymore. Maybe if I made a place for you in the valley, somewhere where it feels like home, then you could sense it. That's perfect! It could be in the water just off the beach. Then I'll know I'll be able to swim home. Yay! I get to build another house like Ursula's. Except this one probably won't be as uniquely dark and disturbing in a cool way. Oh my gosh! Almost forgot to introduce myself. I'm Ariel. And you? You seem familiar. Have we met before? I think we have, but that was a long time ago. I'm Lost Link, the ruler of Dreamlight Valley. Or at least, I used to be. Bump, bump, bump! Ladies and gentlemen, it has just been revealed. I'm the ruler of the valley. Except, I used to be. But I'm not now. I don't know. According to Scar, he's king, so there's that. Um, you are? Oh, you've so grown up now. I can't believe you're back and you're helping me. Okay, where did I go? Now I'm really confused. What the heck? I hope they have Sebastian. That'd be great. I'm happy to help. I'll get that home ready for you as soon as I can. Well, that was different. Okay, guys, it's back to Dreamlight Valley. Let's open this up really quick first. Ooh, we got a new table. Sometimes you get clothes, sometimes you get furniture. Oh, I can't pick that one up. Darn. Oh, what's over there? Oh, I can't get over there. Dang it. That would have been nice to explore. Rude. Alright. So, we discovered Ariel. We've unlocked Ariel, so to speak. So we go into characters, into collection. Oh, she's not unlocked yet, sadly. But now we know something. We found out that I used to be the king of Dreamlight Valley. What? How is that so? I don't look like a king. So Ariel hasn't been unlocked yet, but we're getting there. So that's a little intimidating. Where Scar gets names the actual king of the valley, but then everyone else forms a parliamentary government, and it turns out he just is figurehead king. That's great. Scar is the figurehead king of Dreamlight Valley, but in his mind, he is completely king. I do have a crown, actually. I do have a crown. Very proud of that crown. I have a crown, and I have these wings, and I have a suit. It's a really gorgeous regal suit. It's one of my favorite. Um, so you go into wardrobe. Costumes are in here, and I have something called the Stroke of Midnight and ensemble, and it's my favorite because it is just such a beautiful. It reminds me of something that my half brother Jareth would wear, so I love it for the blues and the gold, and then the boots. They have great looking boots in this, and the boots that go with this. I'm wearing the Nightmare boots right now, but I like the boots because they have crescent moons on them. I'm weird like that, I know. And they match my wings and my crown. Uh, oh my goodness, that's fantastic. I approve of that, Mr. Guy. I approve of that. I do have a crown, and it's better seen in daylight, I might add. But this is one of my favorite ensembles when I'm Oh, look, I changed my outfit once again. Doing a daily, apparently, that I didn't know was a thing. Yep. And then another daily is, of course, take a picture. Take a picture. Number 6. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the selfies in this game. I tend to not stand that close. I like the fact that you can change the format, you can change the pose, you can change the camera mode. It makes me feel a little bit better. 'Cause I don't feel like I'm like in everybody's face. And it's raining. Yay! Scar and I are kicking it. He's in his angry face mode. And then you can hide the UI, and then you can take your picture with E. Of course, I was looking away, but that's okay. So you can save it to your device, and that's kind of how it rolls. So that one was the better one. Oh look, take a picture. So that's how that goes. But yeah, got me and Scar. We're doing our thing. So we go into Elta Quest and we see what's available. So we go, shoot, place Ariel's castle in the water near the Dazzle Beach. Well, we're at Dazzle Beach. So then we look inside our inventory and we look into furniture and then we go to request. That's her castle. Whew, that's scary looking. But we're going to click on this and we're going to see, I'm going to scroll out. Ursula's place is right there. So you see where it's in green, you can't place it if it's in red. I'm thinking we could put Ariel right there. And then I think after we place Ariel, I think I'm probably going to call it. Because we have been at it for a while. I'm probably going to put her right here. But where's the front of this? I have no clue. Oh, I bet I know. So we're going to turn this around. I think we'll put her right there. That way I can run out to her. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so it's been placed. We're going to scoot out of there. And then we have to go over here. Thankfully, I put it where I can reach it. And we go to over here. And Scrooge says, "Trust me, this is prime real estate. Certainly worth the investment." Okay, how much is it going to cost me, Scrooge? 5,000. Okay. NPCs only, fam. We have enough. Should I purchase Ariel's castle? Should I purchase the build on it? Because if I purchase it, that means we'll get to see it built right now. It's actually really cool when that happens. So I'm waiting on you guys. Yes. Okay. Gonna wait for all the yes. Mermaids do gotta have a spot. They totally do. Okay, alright. Here we go. Okay. Let's finish the house. 3, 2, 1. Great Scott! It's perfect! My work is done! Don't lose that lucky penny. Here it comes. Ooh! Welcome, Ariel. We have a little mermaid in our midst, guys. And now I get to take a picture of her and me kicking it. Okay. So I want to make sure that I get the hide the UI because I want to get a really good picture of her and us together. Not with me sticking my nose up in the air like that because that'd be awkward. Thank you. Let's have the hand down. There we go. And then we'll save it. That was cool to have her inside the magic well. That was one of the neatest things I've seen in this game because none of the others have been inside the well, including Ursula. So, we're going to run over really quick and we're going to talk to her. I'm excited. This was really cool. As you can see, my outfit's pretty spiffin'. Krugi's still in the area. Wow. Check it out. That actually looks pretty good. I like it. It looks good. Run all the way across the water. I hope she's inside. Look at her grotto. Oh, I thought Ursula's looks cool, and it does. But what? She apparently is not home, which means we have to go get her. Oh my goodness. Okay. We'll need to hop on the raft to go get her, I think. And, yeah. Let's see if I understood that quest. Yeah. I probably gonna have to go get her, because I don't think she's on the map. Check it out. Does anybody see a little mermaid? Oh, she's over there. Okay. I don't have to hop on the raft. I'm just gonna take a little magic and go from one place to another. See if our girl's there. She's in the water. Okay. Okay, run that way. That way, that way, that way. Okay, Miss Ariel. You're here somewhere. I think. Maybe? Yep, there she is. Okay, we found her. Or she's, dang it, she's gone. Nope, she's over there. Wow, these fish folk. Don't do that to me. Stay put. Okay, I'm so happy to be back. I can't wait to see Eric. Where is he? Oh, I don't know. I'll just tell her the truth. I have no idea. You haven't seen him? Oh no, that can't be good. I've got to ask everyone if they know where he went. Thanks for your help, Lost Link. Oh yeah, she does. We did it! Okay. Well, that was a blast. We have got the Little Mermaid in our midst, and I'm excited about that. So, I think that was a good little thing. Yeah. Whoa. Can't believe she's there. Wow. So everything is locked till I level, but that's okay. It was worth it. Got Ariel. We did it. It was totally cool. I should probably eat something, take a break. It's in the AM, so there's that. But we streamed for 2 hours. That was more than I was expecting. We repaired 5 houses, so we're doing really good. We unlocked a bit more in the collection, and if I'm lucky, it's now acknowledging we got Ariel. Yes! So I'm excited. I can't wait. She's going to be a fantastic addition, and I'm sure she'll give me some great quests. I'm hoping that she will be able to. They have brain corals, and that she'll give me some alchemic combination that I can use either with my pickaxe or my shovel that will remove the brain corals because some of them have chests in them, and then that'll open up some other areas. So I'm totally excited about that. So I'm hoping she will lead to that quest series, if that quest series is a thing. Um, they just may be there because they look nice, but when I was in the part where you decorate on the different biomes, those things can't be moved. So that's where I'm believing they're an alchemical removal. Um, yeah, we're totally gonna do some mermaid to help rescue Eric, and maybe we could get Ursula in on this because she does like to be charitable to the downtrodden. You know, she uses her magic on behalf of those unfortunate and unfortunate souls. I think she tries her best. Um, but no, thank you guys. Um, she I really appreciated being able to live stream for you guys and share this. Um, it's been a benefit to me while I'm trying to get back into a place of being a little healthier again. Um, but I wanted to wish you all a happy year of the rabbit. We're in the year of the water rabbit, and thanks for blessing me and always being there and supporting me and helping me get through these 2 hours of streaming. Here's to getting back to streaming more often. Love you guys so much. And remember, these games don't play themselves. I'll see you guys on the next live streams programs.